One day, everything you know will change. The people you love will age. Your body will weaken. Even the memories you hold most tightly will fade like smoke in the wind. We live our lives as if things are solid and permanent. But the truth is, nothing, neither the world nor yourself, exists in the way you believe. This is not a cause for fear. It is the key to freedom. This is the Buddhist teaching of Sunyata, emptiness. In our everyday lives, we cling to things. We cling to our possessions, our relationships, our identities. We panic when our phone is lost. We feel broken when someone leaves us, and we fear aging as if it shouldn't happen. Why? Because we believe these things are solid, permanent, and unchanging. But the Buddha and later Buddhist philosophers taught something radically different. They said everything we cling to is empty, not meaningless, not nothing, but empty of inherent, fixed existence. This insight is called Sunyata, the philosophy of emptiness. And far from being abstract, it's a teaching that can free us from fear, soften our suffering, and deepen our compassion. So let us spend the next 7 minutes exploring one of the most profound and beautiful ideas in Buddhist philosophy, the teaching of emptiness. The idea begins with the Buddha himself. Over 2,500 years ago, he rejected the belief in an eternal, unchanging soul. Instead, he taught an Atman, no self. He explained that what we call a self is really just a collection of changing processes, our body, our feelings, our perceptions, our thoughts, all arising and passing away. Centuries later, Buddhist philosophers of the Mahayana tradition expanded this idea into Sunyata. Among them, the great thinker Nagarjuna in the 2nd century became the most influential. Nagarjuna boldly declared that not only the self, but all phenomena are empty. He wrote, "Emptiness is the relinquishing of all views. Those who perceive emptiness are released." This was not pessimism, it was liberation. By seeing the true nature of things, we loosen the chains of clinging and suffering. Shunyata, or emptiness, does not mean that nothing exists. Instead, it means that nothing exists independently or permanently. Everything exists only through causes, conditions, and relationships. Take a flower. It appears simple, self-contained. But where is its true identity? The flower depends on the seed, the soil, the rain, the sunlight, the air. It also depends on time. Without days and seasons, it would not bloom. And it depends on the observer, you and me calling it a flower. So where is the flower's essence? It cannot be found. It is not solid or independent. It is empty, yet fully alive through its interdependence. Shunyata is like a rainbow. A rainbow appears real, beautiful, undeniable. Yet it has no independent essence. It depends on light, water, and perspective. This is emptiness, not nothingness, but relational existence. Many people hear the word emptiness and think it means life is meaningless, that nothing matters, but this is a mistake. Shunyata is not nihilism. Things exist. Chairs, trees, people. They are here, but they do not exist with fixed, permanent identities. They are empty of independent essence. Think of a chair. At first glance, it seems simple, but the chair is wood, and the wood is tree, and the tree is sunlight, earth, water, time, and the hands of the carpenter. When you look closely, there is no single chairness that exists on its own. To see emptiness is to see the hidden network of interdependence that makes up reality. Why does this matter for our lives? Because suffering arises from clinging to permanence in a world of change. We suffer when relationships end, when youth fades, when plans fail. Why? Because we believe they would last forever. But if we truly understand emptiness, we see that change is natural, loss is inevitable, and nothing was ever fixed to begin with. This brings freedom. Take fear of failure. We imagine failure as solid and final, but in truth, failure is empty. It depends on perspective, time, and context. What looks like failure today may become wisdom tomorrow. When we see emptiness, we don't hold too tightly. We appreciate things as they are, without demanding permanence. And when they pass, we let go with more grace. How can we practice emptiness in daily life? Meditation. Sit and watch your thoughts. Notice how they arise and vanish, like clouds in the sky. Each thought depends on memory, emotion, senses. The self you think is solid is actually fluid, ever-changing. Relationships. When we see emptiness, we see that self and other are not separate. Your happiness depends on mine on yours. Compassion naturally grows because we realize we are woven into the same web of life. Science parallels. Modern physics reveals that matter is mostly empty space, and subatomic particles do not exist independently. They exist in relations and probabilities. This resonates with the Buddhist view. Psychology parallels. Cognitive science shows that the self is not a fixed entity, but a process, a story the brain tells itself. This aligns beautifully with the Buddhist teaching of no self. Buddhist teachers often use simple objects to explain emptiness. One day a monk was asked, "What is emptiness?" He lifted a clay cup. He said, "If I believe this cup is permanent, I will suffer when it breaks. I will cling to it, fearing its loss. But if I see the cup as empty, made of earth, water, fire, shaped by the potter's hand, fragile by nature, I can enjoy it fully while it lasts. And when it breaks, I do not despair. Emptiness allows me to cherish without clinging, to love without fear, to let go without pain." This is the heart of emptiness. It makes life more precious, not less. Sunyata, the philosophy of emptiness, is not about denying existence. It is about freeing ourselves from illusions of solidity and permanence. To understand emptiness is to see that we are not isolated selves, but waves in the vast ocean of being. Each wave rises and falls, yet the ocean remains. When we see this, our fear softens, our clinging loosens, and compassion flows naturally. So the next time you hold something, a cup, a flower, even your own sense of self, pause and ask, what conditions made this possible? What is it really made of? You may find, hidden within emptiness, a deeper fullness than you ever imagined. If this teaching inspired you, I invite you to continue this journey. Subscribe, share, and explore with me the profound wisdom of Buddhism. Timeless insights for modern life.